Hello, my friends. Today I want to share a part of a verse from the Tao Te Ching that is so applicable to this time in our lives and in the time of the world, the planet's experience, where there's so much that is, shall we say, falling apart. So much is changing. There's so much turmoil, there's so much violence, there's so much war going on in the outside world. And how do we as individuals find our way through what feels like a minefield, literally? So there's a couple of lines in a verse that I want to share today, and that is, do you have the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises on its own? Sorry, the right action arises by itself. And this is verse 15 in the Tao Te Ching. So this first part, you have the patience to wait. So there are two very key words just in that little line. The first one is patience, and the second one is to wait. Now, we live in a world where it's though we're constantly being bombarded with demands. Do this. You should think that. React to this. It's like this constant bombardment to our senses, to our visual senses, our auditory senses, our touch, everything. It's like to live in this world is to be constantly reacting to things that are happening, whether we watch TV, watch the nightly news, or we read the paper, we walk out on the street, we hear about all these things that are happening. So once again, this line, do you have the patience to wait? Just in those words, just take a moment and feel them. Step out of the constant bombardment from the outside world and just step into yourself. Close your eyes and just sit in that word patience. Let your nervous system receive that word patience. There's nothing to do right now. Do you have the patience to wait? This is another powerful word. It's like stopping this constant barrage of stimuli. Patience to wait. And it's almost like you want to let your nervous system receive these words. Do you have the patience to wait? And just breathe into those words. Patience. Take a breath. Wait. Take a breath. And just repeat those two words and take a breath on each word. Inhale on patience. Exhale. Wait. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, patience. Exhale, wait. Inhale, patience. And then longer exhale. Inhale, wait. Longer exhale. So we're literally walking our nervous system into a quieter, more relaxed, more easy state, away from the stimuli or the bombardment of the outside world, and into a field, a space that has more space, that is more expansive. Patience. Exhale. Wait. Exhale. And the next line, until the mud settles, until your mud settles, until all the noise of the outside world, it may still be there, but you are grounding yourself in this more expansive place, so that all the mud that has been churned up and can continue to be churned up if we keep our attention on the outside world is allowed to begin to settle, to sift down to the bottom. It doesn't mean it isn't still there, but it's not muddying our water. We're allowing ourselves to become settled. So keep on that breathing. Patience, long exhale. Wait, long exhale. And as you continue to breathe, experience your mud settling. And gradually your waters become clear. Nothing you need to do except breathe in patience and exhale. Breathe in, just wait, and exhale. Do you have the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear? And the next two lines. Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself? Unmoving. Can you remain unmoving? This means we don't just have knee-jerk reactions to everything that appears. We wait. We let the mud settle. And then it is out of this more expansive field where we are grounded, where we are clear, that when the inspiration to act comes, that is what we take. We do not act from just that reactive place, stimulus, reaction. The stimulus may come, but we have the patience to wait until our mud settles and the water is clear. Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself? This is a very different place to act from. This is a place where we are grounded in our own stability, our own higher wisdom, a nervous system that is not in fight, flight, or freeze. What are you feeling inside yourself right now as you sit in this instruction, having the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear, remaining unmoving until the right action arises by itself? What would it feel like if, when something does come into your field that is disturbing, that stirs up your waters, stirs up the mud, if instead of just instantly reacting from that place of being stirred up, what would it be like if you took even just a minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds to breathe, to be patient, to not act until you have taken a couple of breaths, until you have registered that your mud is stirred up, You've recognized that. You felt it. You felt your nervous system go on high alert. And instead of acting from that place, you breathe. You're patient with yourself. You wait. You allow your waters, even just the slightest settling. You remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself. Now, you may not have 10 minutes to do a meditation. You may have to act quite quickly. But just having that little pause between the stimulus and the action will make all the difference in the world. And we have a world that needs people making a difference in a positive way. We have a world that is hungry for patience, for waiting, for the mud settling, for remaining unmoving until the right action arises by itself. So be that. Be in that field. Allow your mud to settle. Honor when your mud is not settled. Honor when you are in turbulence. Honor that this is the moment to be patient, to breathe. And by doing that, you are making a huge difference, not just in your own experience, but in the experience of the world. So, my friend, have the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear. Work with your nervous system. Support it in being that clear, smooth, unruffled presence for yourself and for the world. And I will see you soon.